So now the next type of selector we are going to learn, that is a class selector. The class selector selects HTML element with a specific class attribute. So here the use of this, it is used to select a specific class attribute. Then the second important point is, now in the ID selector we used hash sign. In class selector, to define a class selector, we use a dot sign, which is also known as a period sign. So here the name of the class is followed by the dot sign. So after this there is a name of the class. So name of the ID we had written. So same like that, there is a name of the class followed by the dot sign. And the third and very important, that the element, the name of the period should not start with a number. So that is important. It should not start with a number. Always it has to start with an alphabetic or with an alphabet. Now let's have the example of this. The same way, by using internal CSS, we are going to define the class selector. Now here the first, again we will start with the doc type HTML. Now this is the starting tag. So here we start with the doc type HTML. Then start with your HTML, head, title, put the title as class selector, then close it with /title. Now after this, the tag is style, type is equal to text/CSS. Now after this we have to define the class selector as, suppose I am writing the class selector starting with dot, and here I will use the class name as PQR. Now suppose the information technology is the text, and for this I want to set some properties like the letter spacing as 10 pixels and font name as Arial. So how to define it? The first one is, to define the font name, we use the property which is known as a font family. Suppose my font name is Arial, which I want to set, and my second property is the letter spacing. So for this I will give letter dash spacing as 10 pixels. So here these two properties I want to set. Then after that close it with /style and then close it with /head. Now here we have given, or we have defined the class selector as dot and class name as PQR. Now start with the body tag. So I will starting with the body tag, and I am defining the class name as P class is equal to the same name which you used in the class, that is .pqr. So same name I will use here. P class is equal to PQR. Then I will write the text as information technology, and then after that I will close it with /p. Then close it with /body, and last close it with /html. Now let's see the execution of this. Now when you run the HTML program, first it will go to the body tag, then it will find P class is equal to PQR. Now the PQR class is defined in the above section, so it will find out .pqr, where the properties are assigned, that is font family as Arial and letter spacing as 10 pixels for the text information technology. So when you run this code, then for the information technology, your font name will appear as Arial and the letter spacing will come as 10 pixels. So when you run in Internet Explorer, so here you will get the text like this: INFORMATION, and the next text TECHNOLOGY. So here the letter spacing will be 10 pixels and the font name will be Arial. So in this way the class selector is defined. Hello students, now the third type we are going to start with the universal selector. Now universal selector is used as a wildcard character. Now what is a wildcard character? So here the wildcard is always used with a star sign which is known as the asterisk sign. So here the universal selector is always used as a wild character. That means you have seen for the ID and the class selector, that is for ID we used hash sign and for this class we used dot sign. For universal selector, always a selector starts with the wild character, that is a star sign. Here this character is used to define there is no specific word which is followed by the universal character. It selects all the elements on the web page. Now once we define a wild character, then second thing, this is your first thing, and second thing that it selects all the elements. It selects all the elements on your web page. So this is the important one. Now let's have the example of this. So again we will start with the example, that is a doc type HTML. Now how to define it? So I will start with the doc type HTML, then start with your HTML tag. Again the next tag is head. Then after that write down the title of your program, that is universal selector is the title. Then close it with /title. Now we have to define the universal selector. So I will use asterisk sign here. Then in the bracket, suppose the text which I am going to use, for that I want to give a red color and I will align the text to the right. So two properties I am going to test, that is the first one is color, that is red, and second one is text dash align colon right. That means whatever text I will write, all the text will get aligned to the right side. Then after that directly close it with /style. So here after title you have to write the style tag, then close it with /title and then close it with /head. Now after this start with the body tag. Now in the body tag, whatever things you want to define, that you can define directly. For example, first line I will write that this type, I am not using anything, any tag. This type is used for complete web page. So simple text I am writing here and I am giving BR tag so that the next sentence will come on the new line. Then after tag, after this I am using the H3 tag. So here this is a block label heading tag. So this text I am applying, this is a block label heading tag, and then I am closing with this /H3 and again I am writing with the BR. Now after this I will use the paragraph tag. So here in the paragraph tag I will use, this is a paragraph, and then again I will close it with /p. So if you observe, in this I used the first sentence with nothing, that means no tag is used for this. For the second sentence I used H3, this is a block label heading tag, then I close it with /H3, and in the third tag I used paragraph tag, this is a paragraph and I closed it with /p. Now we will close the program with the slash body and then close it with slash HTML. Now this program is saved with the name universal selector.html. Now after this, when you run the program in your Internet Explorer, suppose this is the screen of your Internet Explorer. So when you run this, then two properties we have given, that is color is red and text align is right. So whatever sentences I have given in this, that is the first sentence, second sentence and the third sentence, then it will come, the by default font size that you know in your HTML program is 3. So when nothing is applied to this, then it will come in your normal font size and it get aligned to the right hand side. So this is my first sentence. Second is, this is a block label heading tag. So as a H3 tag is used, so here the text will come in the little bit bigger font size. And third one is the paragraph. So this is a paragraph, again this will come to the right hand side. So here for all the three sentences, the color will be red and the alignment will be right. So this is a wildcard. So here as I use the star asterisk sign as a wildcard, so whatever elements, whatever sentences I will use in my program, for all the sentences, for all the text, for all the paragraphs, the same effect will get applied, the same properties will get applied which you used in the program. The fourth type we are going to learn, that is a group selector. Now let's see what is the meaning of group selector. The first one, the grouping selector is used to select all the elements with the same style definitions. That means whatever elements we used in the group selector, that is same style is applied to all the selectors. Now for example, if I am using H1, H2 or P paragraph tag as a selector, then for that all the things or all the properties which I use, the same properties are applied. That is same style is applied to all the tags. The second thing, it is used to minimize the code. The second important thing about the group selector is it is used to minimize the code. So the code gets minimized. That means as all the elements have same style, so definitely there is a minimization in the code. And the third one, to separate these group selectors, the elements, we use the symbol which is called as a comma. So here suppose I am using the three selectors H1, H2 and P. So the comma is used in this way, H1, comma H2 and P. And for all these three elements, the same style is applied, the same properties are applied. Let's have the example. So here I will show you the example how the group selector is used. Now in this, suppose my text is a heading tag. So for this heading tag, I am giving the three different types of selectors, that is H1, H2 and paragraph tag. Now for this, I am applying certain properties. In that, the first one is color for this will be blue and the second property will be text dash decoration as a overline, that is above the line. So here the first start with doc type HTML, then again your first program, that is HTML, head, then title, put the title as group selector, close it with slash title. Now you have to define the group selector. So here I will use the tag as again style, type is equal to text slash CSS. Now group selectors are used in this way, H1, H2 and P. Now what properties I have told for this, that is the first property as color will be blue, and the second property is text dash decoration colon overline. So what is the use of overline value? That is line above the word. So it is shown in this pattern, ABC and line above the word. Then close it with slash style and then close it with slash head. After this, start with your body tag. Now the three different selectors I use, that is H1, H2 and P. Now the same effect is applied to all these three elements. So for the first I will write H1. So here I will write the text as first tag. I will close it with slash H1. For H2 I will write second tag and then I will close it with slash H2. And for the P I will write the text as third tag and then I will close it with slash P, close it with slash body and then close it with slash HTML. Now save this program with group selector.html. When you run the program, then first it will find the H1, H2 and P properties. So it will go to the H1, H2 and P. For this, color will be blue. So for first tag, second tag and third tag, these are the three different texts. So for this, the color will be blue and the text decoration will be overline. So how the output is displayed in this? So suppose I open the Internet Explorer here. So for the first tag, here I will use the first tag where the color will be blue. Then here second tag, so color will be blue, and this is my third tag, so again the color will be blue. And here there is a overline effect for all these three different types of text. So this is called as a group selector.